Okay, this will be an interesting one. Actually, we're not doing it full colour. We're doing it dual colour. We're going to start with black and red. I wonder how big we're going to make it. The horizontal is going to be 260. And the vertical is going to be 207. Going to leave the contrast as is. I'm going to lighten it a little bit. Actually, we're going to add a little bit of contrast to this, actually. Let's see what it is. It is Community Services, Alcohol and Other Drugs. 40 Years Odyssey House, Community Services. Yeah, sounds like a really good service. I've heard of Odyssey House. I don't know much about it. Anyway, we're interested in that picture. But yeah, alcohol and other drugs. A lot of people run into a lot of difficulties in those areas. I've got a close relative who's an alcoholic, and she's been on the shit. She's been on the piss for decades, for nearly 40 years, about 38 years now, and sad to say she hasn't sought any help for it for a very long time. But, I'm hoping that maybe something will happen and she will come to realise that it's not good to get pissed or a lot. It's not good for your liver, it's not good for your brain, it's a really destructive habit, alcoholism. So yeah, I've seen it for myself, so it's not a very good thing. So she still hasn't gotten any help to resolve it. And unfortunately she smokes, which is another vice, another evil vice. These were triggered by marital problems. So sometimes it happens it looks really interesting, this yellow version. Sometimes it happens when marriages break down and they try to cope with losing that spouse or losing the fidelity of the spouse. The spouse is played up and behaving like a dick, and of course they're going to try and they try to cope with missing a loved one or dealing with infidelity. That's what triggered this person's drinking and smoking was marital infidelity, or started out as marital infidelity, and then that was the alcohol, and then the cigarettes came when my father, whatever. So yeah, it's not good. So yeah, this person, really sad. It really upsets me that this sort of thing had to happen, that one person's infidelity and breaking up was the other person's undoing. And I just don't know how this person's going to give up the booze and the cigarettes. I don't know how this person's going to give it up. I've always wanted this person to give it up, but you can't even lead the horse to the water, let alone make it drink. So I have to accept that this person is going to be an alcoholic, perhaps till the day she dies. It really does upset me that she has to deal with these bad things, but I can't fix it. It's up to her. The ball's in her court. if she wants to get help, maybe she'll end up with cirrhosis of the liver. I don't know, but this looks interesting. I think now we can call it quits.